All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel, guys. Say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powdered Toast Man and Logging TV. They're over there. Thought I'd do this one on camera. This is my review of the prototype Brinyte HL28 Artemis. Where is the name? There you go, the HL28 Artemis. Now, this is what they call a hunting or search and rescue headlight. Now, for me, it's not just those things. This is for camping, for any outdoor activity. Heck, for just walking out and taking the trash out. I mean, it is perfect for all of those things. But it really shines, in the area of search, like they said, hunting, search and rescue. Now, it'd be around where I'm at. It would be more like for varmint hunting and things like that. Since you don't spotlight, obviously, deer or things like that. But I get what they mean when they say it's hunting in other areas. You can use it in that way. Now, this is a prototype, as I've said. They're going to release this before too long. They've actually sent it to me to check out. Brinyte reached out and asked. Now, it did come. It came from China with the battery partially charged, but you can disconnect the headlamp from the battery. So you just put that back in and screw it together. Really, really cool design. Now, the first comment I've gotten from a lot of people is that thing looks heavy. Now, it's not light. So it feels pretty good on the hat, but it doesn't, it feels kind of clunky if you put it on your hat. Just a little bit, because now if I adjusted it differently, maybe it would be better, but now you can't tilt down, and it is fully 90 degrees tiltable. So I've been wearing it when I go out. Whoa, okay. I've been knocking stuff over. I've been wearing it without the hat, which, for a bald guy is probably not the greatest idea. So let's just turn it on for a second. Now you have, if you can see here, you have a rheostat, a dimmer, right here. And so when you turn that on, it just turns it on at the lowest setting, which, let's see, I think it said 3% is where it starts. So you can turn it, and it is not steppable. It is nice and smooth dimmable, all the way up to 100%. Now, 100% on white, on flood. So if I've got this, let's see, yeah, all the way flooded. There you go. All the way flooded is 315 lumens. And if it's spotted, it's telling me that's 250 lumens. But this lens, and I'll take it apart and show you the lens in a minute, really makes up for that on the long throw. And you'll see in my video, I've got some video I'm going to throw at the end of this that you can see. Now, at that setting, it's saying that it lasts 2 hours and 50 minutes. I'm here to tell you that's not right. This thing lasts, battery-wise, way longer than that, at least in my thing. Now, it came with only 3 bars on the indication. So you have this really cool indicator, and I finally killed it. You guys know, if you were watching one of my lives the other day, I finally killed it, and I've only charged it back to 2 bars, but it came with 3 of these 4 bars. Well, it came with all 4 lit, but within like a minute of turning it on, it went to 3. And again, that's, who knows, how long ago it was manufactured and so on and so forth. So that's all cool. Now, it says 2 hours and 50 minutes, guys. I ran this thing last night for at least 2 hours, just sitting on the kitchen table to try to drain it. It was probably 2.5 hours. And I had used it a good hour and a half, 2 hours, out messing around in the woods and in the yard, just to test it out. And I used it and played with it on my streams. I had it sitting here on my weekend review stream for about 45 minutes to an hour. So what I'm trying to say is, and most of that, there was some in the red mode, some in the green mode, but I would say the most of that was on the full intensity white. And I want to say I lasted this thing, I had it last for about 4.5 hours. Now, they do say red, by the way, let's go through that. When it's in, so it's got these 2 switches. Let's see if you can see it. I'm going to tilt it down. Red and green and white. It's 1 switch, actually. 2 positions, I should say. So that's red and that's green. Again, fully adjustable on the rheostat on both of those. But red is 110 lumens in flood, 95 in spot, and it says it lasts 6 hours in red. green, again, for night vision or whatever, and red is apparently a color. Red and green are colors that animals have a little more trouble seeing. Green is only 85 lumens in flood and 70 lumens in spot. And it says that hour lasts 6.5 hours. So maybe I was in enough of a position where I was between them, but man, it was at least 4 or 5 hours. Now, I have been charging it for 2 hours. Did we see 11, 12, almost 3.5 hours. I've been charging it from 0 and got it back up to 2 bars, so halfway. Now, I think it's really interesting what it tells you. They have the 4 dots, and they actually tell you when it's charging. If the first one is this side. If the first light is blinking, then that's 0 to 20%. If the first light is solid and the second one, anyway, I'll link to their website. It gives you this whole chart of where it is charging, 0 to 20%, 20 to 40%. And then when it's unplugged from the charger, one bar means 0 to 25%, 2 means 20 to 50, 25 to 50, 3 means 50 to 75, and 4 means 75 to 100. Now, I'm going to go fully charge it here in a little bit. Now, the charging is really interesting in that you just have this magnetic post on the battery there, and you have a cord that's got a magnetic end, and it just literally attaches, and it goes to any USB block and charges it right up. So it seems like it's probably going to take, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours to charge it fully. I haven't gotten there yet, but that's my guess. I like the way the bands fit and work and the adjustments. Now, my only issue with the adjustment is these clasps. I'm trying to see the easiest one to get to. There we go. These clasps are broken open, and this is all elastic. So sometimes there's a little that'll pop out while you're trying to adjust it. But I don't know a better way to do it. It's just, like I said, when you're trying to tighten it and you put a lot of pressure on that, it'll pull through. And then you're like, oh my goodness. Nice padding on the back of the light itself. So it doesn't, to me, it hasn't, well, I loosened it now. Oh, look. No, it came unattached. Okay, that's kind of what I'm talking about, guys. So right here, while I'm trying to demo it, it did what I was trying to say. So what happens is that elastic just pulls through, and you just have to pull it back around that. So that's really the only, but once you're wearing it, it's not going to do that. Oh, great. I put it on backwards. Give me just a second to get it sorted, if you would. And but everything is nice and padded, and you know, there's no hot spots that come through and rip your head or you know, feel funny or hurt or anything like that. Everything is really finished well, so that it feels good on your head, and when you're bald, that is a good thing. Again, so on this side you've got the switch, on the back you've got the batteries. Now, the batteries are, let's see if I can find on here what it calls these batteries. They're lithium batteries. They are 221-700 lithium batteries. Now you just screw these open and the battery comes right out. And this is a Brinyte 5000M. There you go. You know, really cool, really well done. And the way they have done everything, just so, like I said, so that if you have a bigger head or a smaller head and you need to, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to put the battery back in here. And by the way, you can screw those tight if you'd like to. Now, this is IP66 rated as far as weatherproof, but really cool. So yeah, you get those batteries back in there, get them in there tight. And again, the battery pack is the heaviest part of the whole thing. But what I was going to say is when you're adjusting it, you have these coiled wires that on both sides here that keep you from, you know, going too tight and stretching the cable out. I just think they thought a lot about all of this. Now, it is adjustable, so let's just turn it back on here. So if I'm walking, I can point down, or I can point up in the trees if I'd like. You'll see that in some of my video. The only thing I will tell you is if you're going to use this while you're sort of walking, you know, and you're walking and searching, most of the time you're going to be using this further out from you. Fully wide for example, right now, let's just see. You can see that's about 3 to 4 feet from me, and that's all you got is that really tight band. So when I'm tilting down at the ground walking, I don't get a really big field of vision, but it's made to shoot out to see, again, hunting or search and rescue or those kinds of things, if you understand what I mean. So the beam is not super wide. The only other thing I wanted to point out while I have it, well, you see it right there. I'm in the middle position right now, but the light is not working. For some reason, sometimes when you go, see that? Sometimes when you go between the red or the green and back to white, you don't quite, like if you don't put it in there real carefully, that white one sometimes misses coming on. You see that? So I don't, again, it might just be something with this particular prototype. Most of the time it works just fine. Just every once in a while, I don't seem to get it quite in the right. Yeah, see, it's working every time now. But you saw it. Just sometimes I don't tend to get it right in the correct position. So that's the only really negative thing I would say. Now, what I wanted to show you is, again, this is going to be a little longer than my typical knife review. Sorry for my weird eyes. There are actually 3 diodes. And one is for, let's see if I can do, nope, you're not going to be able to see them once I turn it on. Let's see if maybe you see red or green. Yeah, you can kind of, anyway, there are 3 separate diodes, one for red, one for white, and one there. See, you see? The white doesn't want to work every time in that position. So I'm sure it's just a weird issue with that switch. And probably just needs, maybe that switch needs to be looked at. It may not be a problem with every model. And again, it does work. You just got to fiddle with it just slightly. What else did I want to point out? So again, I'm going to have some video. Let's see. I don't remember if I saw how heavy this is. So let me look real quick. Oh, and I wanted to point out this kind of bracket in the back here at the battery. Again, it's rubberized, as you can see. So it feels really great. I mean, this whole thing, and it's not that heavy. Oh, you know what I can do, guys? I will just bring out my knife scale here, and we'll weigh this thing up. We don't have to look for it. And I will tell you what I get. How about that? All right, let's get her zeroed out, and we're going to kind of stack this up. So it's 18 ounces, guys. So 18.31 ounces. So it's heavier than, like, your headlight you might buy, just a little cheap camping headlamp. But again, you're not going to get the throw. Now, here's the one thing I really wanted to talk about, is the throw. So it's saying, and again, I don't deny any of this, on white, 816 meters. I was down in my yard and then at my father-in-law's, and again, I'll have this, the video for you, but I was shooting at one point at least 60, 70 yards and shooting deer with the light, not with my gun. Shooting deer down in the bottom of my yard with the light all the way zoomed in, and I had plenty of beam for that. And then at my father-in-law's house, I was going 100, 150 yards across a pond, across a lake, and no problem whatsoever. Now, of course, because the lumens are less in red and green, it doesn't go as far. It says 420 meters for red and green, 816 meters for white. So again, impact resistance, IP66 waterproof, and again, it's about 18 ounces according to my scale here. Really, really nicely done. Oh, the strap has reflective material on it, again, and the material is reflective, so people can see you. Again, you have the rotating head. You are able to zoom it in. Let's just show that real quick because I haven't really shown that good. So there is fully wide, and then you can zoom in, and you can see when you get to the end, you actually see the diode. So you just come a little off of that. Yeah, you can zoom it in really, really well just by twisting here. So just a really, real cool. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to wrap up here, and I'm going to put up a couple different pieces of video. The first one I'm going to put up is at my father-in-law's land, and I actually talk a little bit through that video. There might even be 2 of them. I can't remember for sure. 2 little clips. And then I'm going to tack onto that about a minute-long clip of me out in the backyard with no sound. Well, you might hear me crunching leaves and sticks and whatever, but showing the deer in the bottom of my yard because I thought that was a great piece of video. So thank you so much, Brinyte, for sending this along. You guys know I'm trying to show more stuff other than just knives all the time. And so when they offered to send this one along, I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I will put this link to the HL28 webpage because there's so much information. Now, I don't know when this is going to release. I have asked Brinyte. They're not sure yet. It's soon is what I've been told. They have actually asked me for input on pricing. I've kind of given them some thoughts, but I do not know what the price is going to be on this just yet. I will tell you, this is a very powerful light, the head. Very, very powerful. I expect this to be maybe over $100. I don't know that for sure. And you got these two really powerful rechargeable batteries. I don't know yet. I don't know, but they do have some similar lights that are like handheld lights of the same that are in that $120, $30 range. Again, I don't know what the price is going to be. So it'll be really interesting to see what they land on, but I'm very grateful for them sending this along, and I guarantee you I will be using this more. It came in handy several times for me out in my backyard, and very, very cool. And I'm sure if, go camping or whatever, this would be a great gear light for getting everything together in the dark, if you're going fishing or hunting early in the morning, that kind of thing. So really, really dig it. Thank you, Brinyte. Sorry, guys, for the longer video, but it was a lot to talk about, a lot of details and a lot of stuff. So if you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. Let me know what you think. And guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. We're working to get more of this kind of content as time goes on. And thanks so much for watching the KnivesFAST channel. How's that? Oh, and I don't know why I said that, because now we got to go to that footage. But thank you for watching the KnivesFAST channel anyway. All right, out here outside by a small pond. Let's see if you can see that. Now you can't really tell there's water there, but there is. Doing some testing of this Brinyte headlamp, the Artemis. And so there you can see this is full flood on white light. And then there is red for hunting, and also green. You can tilt it down at the ground, or you can tilt it up at the trees. Let's see. There you go. See some trees, and you can zoom. Now, let's go back. Let's go back to white here first and show you that tree again. So there you go. And then let me zoom it in. So this is all the way across to the other side. Let me zoom the phone in here. Oops, sorry, I'm not really good at aiming this. So there's a, let's see, I'm trying to find it. There's a picnic table over there. There it is. Well, no, that's not where it is. Apparently I'm blind. But way over across the lake on the other side, probably a good 100 yards from where I'm standing. So there's that. So let's see what the green looks like. Green still comes through really well all the way over there. Red drops down a little bit, but the white you can see easily 100 yards away. It's still picking up very nicely into the trees there. Very, very cool. So there's the picnic table. I just couldn't get a good resolution on it with the phone. But anyway, there you go, guys. So this Brinyte headlamp, as you can see, is really, there you go. This is some closer up stuff. Now I am zoomed all the way out. It's about 350, 250 on flood and 350 on zoom all the way in. Spot, I guess you'd call it. But yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty ridiculous. Let me zoom back out with the camera. Pretty ridiculous field of vision, as you can see. Pretty wide. And so, yeah, there you go. Some little outdoor testing. I'm also going to roll in some footage of me checking out some deer in my backyard the other night. So enjoy that as well. All right, here's a little bit of walking through the woods footage. It's pitch black out here right now. Little four-wheeler trail here behind my father-in-law's house. You can see it does a really good job. And if you zoom in, it just gets brighter, obviously. There you go. There's a little creek down here. You can probably hear it. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty daggone impressed with this light as far as its throw.